Hi, boys and girls. I wanted to come together today to talk about our skill of the week, which is cause and effect. So, we're going to look at two pictures today before we do a little story read aloud to talk and see what's happening in the pictures. And then we can talk a little bit more about what we observe. Okay? So, in these two pictures, we observe a little girl that's painting with some pink paint, and her dog looks like he's really interested. He's up against that table and he wants to get in on that fun. Oh, and then in the next picture, we can see that the girl, oh no, her face looks really surprised. Why? What's going on? What happened? You know, the pink paint spilled all over her dog. It made a bit of a mess. So when we talk about cause and effect, boys and girls, we know and want to remember that cause is why something happened and the effect is what happened. All right. So when we look at the cause here, can you guys help me out today by looking at the first picture? What caused the pink paint to spill? What caused the pink paint to spill? Did you turn and talk to a family member and discuss? I bet you know. Look, that white little doggy caused that pink paint to spill. His front paws were up on that table. He was probably pushing down a little too hard and too interested to get that paint, and it spilled. And then he became pink. So he caused that pink paint to spill. The result, or what happened, is known as the effect. So what happened? What happened when the dog leaned too hard? You know, that caused the pink paint to spill. That was the result. That's known as the effect, okay? So the cause was the little dog was leaning up a little too hard on the table, and that caused him to make the paint spill. And what happened was, oh no, he got covered in all that pink paint, and the little girl couldn't paint anymore. She was a little surprised. My dog gets in a lot of stuff like that too, guys. And if you have dogs at home, I'm sure you can relate to this little story that we talked about. All right. Right now, I want to read a little story aloud to you, and it's called Firefighting. Usually in the classroom, we like to read the story twice through. So I want you to just pause and replay it if you need to. Then we'll come back and do some comprehension questions together. All right. So firefighting. Mrs. Parker's class was visiting a fire station. A firefighter was showing the kids the fire engines. When someone calls 911 and says there is a fire, he told them, we take the fire engines there as fast as we can. We turn on the sirens because we want the cars to know we are coming and they must get out of our way. Why do you go so fast? Jenny asked. Because the faster we get to the fire, the faster we can put it out and save people and buildings, the firefighter answered. Then he showed the class the firefighter's tools. Why do you have an axe? Dan asked. Because sometimes we need to chop the roof or windows to let the smoke out, the firefighter answered. Pretty cool, Juan said. No, pretty hot, the firefighter smiled. Again, if you need to stop and replay this, you can go ahead and do that before we answer some questions together. The first question I want you to turn and talk to a friend about, boys and girls, is why do firefighters drive fast on their way to a fire? Why do firefighters drive fast on the way to a fire? Turn and talk. Did you have some time to remember back in the story we heard? Why do they need to drive fast? You know, because the faster they drive and get to that scene where the fire is, the faster they can help save people and buildings. So boys and girls, that's why we hear and see the flashing lights on the fire engine, because we know that when we hear that siren and see those flashing lights that we need to pull over. If I'm driving, I need to pull over to the side of the road and let that fire truck pass me so that he can get to the scene and rescue those people or rescue that building from being on fire. Okay? So good job. Kiss your brain. Good job, guys, and good job, parents, helping along the way. The second question I have for you is why do firefighters need an axe? Why do firefighters need an axe? Remember, this is one of their tools that they use to help them fight a fire. Did you get to turn and talk? An axe, okay? Why do they need one? You got it. The firefighters need their axe to chop the roof or windows to let the smoke out. Remember, when smoke starts to rise, boys and girls, from the fire, it's really thick and heavy, and we don't want to breathe that in. That's why firefighters want to go and break that window open or chop that roof so that they can put out that fire and help rescue the building or the person. Okay? So great job today. Give yourselves a pat on the back. You learned a lot about cause and effect through this story read aloud and through our little pictures. The activity this week that you're going to try to do from home is a little cupcake cause and effect. So the purple cupcake is the cause, and the green cupcake is the effect. And what your parents are going to have in the email that I scan this to them, there's sentences on both the purple and green cupcakes. Parents, what you want to do is go ahead and shuffle and cut these sentences up, and you want to read the cause and see if your child can match the effect. So one purple cupcake goes with one green cupcake, and see if they can match the cause, which is why something happened, with the effect, which is what happened. All right? Have fun and take care, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.